Steve, it's Sunday morning, we're in the office, and a show that nearly didn't go ahead ended up turning into being quite a good little show, mate.
Yeah, you know what, Lee? There was doubts whether we was going to go ahead with the show, and I'm sat here now Sunday morning, coming to tidy up, took the dog a walk, and I'm taking the grandchild out. But we're just working out our losses from last night. We've not got to the figure there yet, but you know, I'm quite proud we did the show because it'd been very easy to walk away, and most people would have done. But it's going to be nothing like what we lost the other week in Durham, and it's down to the team, you included. You know what I mean? We all took a bit of a pay cut in what we was doing, and a lot of the team didn't come last night. You know what I mean? I did a lot more than I normally did, and you know. We stripped it down just to make sure we didn't lose too much. So it wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be on the wallet. And we walked away, and 4 kids who trained managed to fight 8 really, because the away opponents are like, you know, we had a girl to pass a bit of time for us, and
she's very good, you know.
Emily Culshaw, and she did really well, and I was surprised when she said afterwards that that's the first time she performed live.
I know.
Yeah, so you know, for her as well, it was a good experience, wasn't it? So you know, she managed to do something she loves doing in front of an audience, and you know,
I think the crowd enjoyed it as well.
Received
you know,
quite well. Yeah, she did some what did they call them? Copies of a famous song, didn't she?
Covers.
Yeah, so that started us all into a good mood, and then we had an 8-3s, which Steve Lillis, our matchmaker, had told me was going to go all the way because the Spanish, or the Argentinian who'd come from Spain, Gregoros,
been stopped twice.
Goes the distance majority of the time, and when you're wanting the fights to carry on, second round stoppage, you think, wow, what's it doing to me? But to be fair, people like to see stoppages as well, don't they? So I know Staffers was made up with it, and the few people that had come over from Greece to watch him was,
I think about 20 people come over, didn't they?
Was made up, yeah. So you know, like I say, we could have pulled the show, but he paid for that himself and put some money in the pot as well, and so like. It'd have been awful for 20 people to fly over from Greece and he did not fight.
Still one of the best stories in boxing, that, you know, because all the people at Rhodes back home all buy tickets, yet they don't come, do they? They don't come. They all sponsor him from a distance just so he can continue.
And you know what? He's becoming a decent fighter, isn't he?
He is. He's really good. That
was a good stoppage win for him. So that kicked off the show. We always knew Jake Pollard would take Jake Harrison the 6 rounds, but you know he normally fights back a little bit, but he knew yesterday that he had to tuck up and get through with Jake. I mean, he's a tough man, Jake Pollard, and there'd be no harm for Jake to get 6 and 8 to say easy rounds out for him, because next week I think we'll have been out in a title fight for him, just getting it over the line. So it was good that he could get 6 rounds. Anthony Welsh made his pro debut, and to be fair to Anthony, you know, I know they always sell well on his debut. He sold really well, which was the difference between us probably doing the show and not. So fair props to Anthony, but he just wasn't just sold tickets. He boxed really well. You know, that Sam Kirk did really well last week up in Durham, and last night Anthony just didn't give him a smell, did he? You know, he was on him from the start, dominated with a jab, and kept his composure through for 4 rounds and didn't do anything silly. I was really impressed with him. Yeah,
genuinely massive for the weight, isn't he?
Yeah, big guy. I actually commentated on that one, and you know,
you enjoyed
the
didn't
difference between the two was phenomenal, you know what I mean? He looked like a couple of weight sizes, didn't he? Yeah. So that was a decent fight, because you know he never stopped trying, did he? Even though he was composed and didn't do anything silly, he was pushing and pushing, yeah. So that was a good fight, and then the fight of the night, we saved it for the end. Lewis Monyu got off to a really good start, won the first 3 comfortably and hurt him in the second, and you know, you know. Well, saying what I'm going to say, it's a good job he got a good start with those 3 because he's lost 2 of the last 3, and when I come out from the back afterwards to see Nelson, I've never seen as much blood in the ring as I've seen last night. So I think it was a left hook that splattered his nose in the 4th, and you know, the crowd loved it. They was screaming all the way through the last few rounds.
It was brilliant. It was,
you know
really.
what? Fair play for Lopez for coming back after a slow start, and well done to Lewis Molyneux in only his 5th fight. He's had a proper test and he's come through it. And you know, some people wait 10 fights only before they find someone who hits them back. And you know, the sport is just not there for that no more. You know what I mean? No. It's like you've got to be careful. You don't want to rush people too quick, but you know, for their sake and the fans, you know what I mean. Who wants to watch it?
There was only a few fights ago that Lopez, who he fought, ended up beating Hamza Gaz, wasn't he? Who I think was 18 or 19 and 1.
Yeah.
And he'd stopped a kid who was 9-0 just before that. A real danger man, a real genuine test, isn't he?
So like you're saying, Lee, from what wasn't ever going to be a great show, with just 4 fights, it was a good show, and I'm sat here this morning quite proud of the old team that we dug in and got it over the line. And we've got a week off for Easter, and then we go again, same venue, touch wood. We've got 7 fights there, and hopefully we can pack it out as well. Cause like,
but we're there on a Sunday, aren't we?
Yeah, Sunday. Cause
what time's we kicking off there on Sunday?
On the Saturday, it's Eubanks and Ben, so we don't think we've got anyone out there. So on the Sunday afternoon, I'm presuming it'll be about 2:30. We need to just check that there. But we'll have all the details on that, and we'll speak in a week, Lee, and get that out, mate.
All right, Steve. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.